Hi you guys, and welcome to First Time Fishing with me, Big Bird. We've got a special one today for you. I've got 3 margin poles that I'm going to review. We've got the MAP 1001. We've also got the Preston Response Margin Pole and the Matrix MTX Power Pole, which interestingly is going to be my next giveaway when we hit 5,000 subscribers. I'm going to ship them out in front of me so you can see how straight they are. I'm going to give you a little bit of a detail of how they feel in the hand. And then we're just going to fish with 3 sections on just in this margin, just down here. So if we actually ship this MAP 1001 margin pole out, as you can see, it is absolutely solid. It is heavy. It does feel heavy in the hand. Not too much heavier than the 1001 when you've got it at this length, you know, as a normal pole with the 16 meters. But yeah, the tapered finish is absolutely beautiful. Exactly the same as the 1001 before. So let's get it back and let's get in the margin and let's see what we can catch. So we've prepped the margin just with a little bit of ground bait and some pellets. And we're literally just going to drop in right there where it is. And we'll see if we're onto a fish. And what we'll try and do throughout each review is we'll just catch the one fish. We're already onto one. We're onto one here. Well, that was nice and quick. Hey, can't argue with that. Oh, stunning. Lovely common. Break the sections down. Superb. And scooped in. Absolutely beautiful. Margin poles always seem to be built so much stronger than your normal poles because obviously you're going to be fishing at distance, but generally you're fishing the margins, they can be a lot bigger. Absolutely stunning margin carp. So let's get him back and let's go and get the next pole. We'll use the Preston one next and we'll get that one in, see if we can catch. Right then guys, we've now got the Preston Response Margin Pole. So let's ship it out, which again, a lot like the XS90 that I've reviewed recently. It's not as tapered finish, but don't really matter for a margin pole. We're only going out, what's the distance? 8.5 meters here. So as you can see, I'll hold it over there. It is as straight as a die. It's got great response on there, and it gives you loads of confidence that it's going to be able to deal with the carp that's in the margins. Talking of carp in the margins, let's get in there. So we're just going to bring the float into the margin that we've been prepping with the micros and the ground bait. And hopefully the swirls and all sorts going on down there. And we're in to a fish. Absolutely superb. Look at this for fishing. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Let's bring it back and play it on the top kit. Take this third section off. Superb. He's absolutely run an absolute mile. He's going and going and going. Need him to come back. Here he comes. He's in the net. And I'll tell you what, he is big. He is big. Let's get him in so we can show you. But unfortunately, I think we need to get the mat out for this one. So we'll move the camera for the mat. Now, this one is an absolute beauty. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Check out that for a fish. Absolutely. In the margin with that Preston Response Margin Pole. Oh, there's only one thing to do with a fish this size. We need to get him weighed. Let's get him weighed. £9.10. £9.10. Oh, what are we on to now? Let's go MTX Power Margin Pole. Let's do it. Right, so that was the Preston. Now it's time for the MTX Power Margin Pole. So let's get it out and have a look at it at a distance. The good thing about the MTX Power Margin Pole is that all of the top kits are interchangeable, which I quite like about that. So this is now at 11 metres, and as you can see, there's a tiny bit of sag at the end, but I have to admit it feels absolutely solid. So let's get it into the margin and let's see if we can have one on it. So we're going to come over to the area where we've been fishing, where we've had the other two, drag it into place. Oh, we've had a bite already, literally seconds. Let's get back in there. Let's hope that we didn't spook too much. I just love the anticipation in a margin. When you know that there's activity there, there's swirls going around in all the water, and you just know that there are fish there to be caught, and you just got that anticipation that that float's going to go straight under, and you've got to be the one who's going to try and hook the fish. And unfortunately, so many times we fail, but when we get one on, it is such a satisfying feeling to have fish on. There's plenty of activity going. Oh, and we're back on. Oh, and he's come off. Let's get back in quickly. Let's get back in quick. Absolute drama here at Friezeland Pools. I can't be defeated with the Matrix after we've had one with the MAP and the Preston. Right, let's see what we've got here then. Absolute better bite, better fish. Here we go. And it looks as if we're on and we're staying on. Fingers crossed. Hopefully this one won't come flying off. Wow. He's a good size as well. Let's break the third section down so we can play him on black hydro. Absolutely fighting like a good one. Stirring up the bottom of the pool. Waiting for just that little clearing for him to just pop his head up so I can scoop underneath him and show you lot. And he's pulling quite a bit. I don't really want to be pulling any elastic out. Need to let him play a little bit, to be honest. Trying to go over there. See if he'll come back a bit. Oh, big tail kick. Big tail kick. Maybe that was his last efforts. And it was, because he's in the net. Absolutely superb sport. So he's one angry common carp, this one. Very, very angry. Let's see if he'll just calm down for the photo. Here he is. Absolute beauty. And what a day margin fishing with 3 quality margin poles. Anyway, let's get this one back. Let's get my opinion on how they've performed today. Perfect. Beautiful. Hi guys, and welcome back to the garage. Now, what a day we had at Friezeland with those margin poles. Unbelievable day. And the size of some of the fish that we were pulling out, absolutely incredible. Before we go on to talk about the poles, let me just quickly tell you about first time fishing membership. You can pay just 99p towards the channel. You'll get a little badge next to your name, which will change colour depending on how long you're a member. The money will be used for me to buy tackle to review for you guys, and then we will give it away in a draw to those new first time fishing members. So the margin poles, well, absolutely incredible. The gist around a margin pole is that they're built for strength. They are built to drag fish out of the margins, almost so that you can bully the fish back to the net. I absolutely love margin poles. And those of you that know me on here, you know that I love the Matrix Torque margin pole. It's absolute. I've got it just here. Graham, I am sending it to you, I promise you. But it allows you to bully the fish to your net. You can put strong elastics in, 18, 20, even 20 plus in some of the kits to try and drag it through to the net, because you can be picking up like 9, 10, 12, 15 pound carp on these poles, and they are built for pure strength. I'm not sure I'd want to be landing sort of 15 pound carp, on a 16 meter pole, especially sort of these flagships that can be a little bit brittle. But these things are incredible. And a lot of you, a margin pole is probably the best thing to use if you're starting out into pole fishing. They all range from like 8 meters through to about 12 meters, which is absolutely ideal for if you're starting match fishing or something like that. So I would urge people who are going to get into pole fishing to start with a margin pole. But they are all much of a muchness. That's it. On the 16 meter flagship poles that we did, there was a lot of different attributes that you got. You need to, they're all tailor-made to different ways in which you fish. But margin poles are not. It's one way. You pick the pole up when the float goes down and you drag it back to your net, literally. So they're all much of a muchness, but they've all got different little attributes around how thin they are or how thick they are at the butt section, whether they sag a little bit more action in the pole, and the weight, all of that sort of stuff. Now, weight-wise, there is not a lot between any of the margin poles. I've done a load of research, and there's not a lot of difference at all because they're all reinforced carbon. Let's talk about the 3 that I've reviewed. And I know that I've only caught fish on the top kit and the 3rd section, and I haven't really caught them out at distance. But they all work the same way, really. It's if you're going to be able to catch it on the top 3, you're going to be able to catch it on the top 6 or whatever it is, over at 8 to 12 meters. The point was to just show you that it can be bullied back into the net. The funny thing around the 3 that I've reviewed is they're all different price brackets. Now, the Preston comes in at a lower spec, then the Matrix, and then the MAP. So let's talk about the MAP first. The MAP is a 10.2 meter pole. It comes with a 20 plus elastic rating on your top kit, which means that you can pretty much put any size elastic that's available to you in a tackle shop in the end of this top kit. It comes with a bag and it comes with one top kit. There's one issue with it. I can't see anywhere on the internet that shows that it's pre-bushed. Now, pre-bushed means on the end of your top kit, there is a little PTFE, sort of similar to the stuff that you would have on the top of your frying pan, your non-stick. Goes in the end of the top kit, and it means that when the elastic comes out, it's very slick and non-stick. So, I don't think the MAP comes pre-bushed, because I can't find anything about it. If you do know, drop it in the comments. So, like I say, it's a 10.2 meter, and it also comes with a bag. Now, this package is all $499. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a list of all the things up on the side, just over here, so that there's a comparison just at the end. So if that one's at $499, if we come down to $399, we're then into the Matrix. Now, the Matrix MTX Power is shredding. It's for the shredding. Yeah. The MTX Power is an 11 meter pole. Its top kits are rated to 18 elastic. That 20 elastic or 20 plus, you're going to struggle to fit into the size of the bore at the end. But the interesting thing is that all of the top kits come pre-bushed with that PTFE filling. It comes with 2 top kits for your money and the bag. So that's one more extra than the MAP. And it sounds as if it's coming pre-bushed. And it's £100 cheaper. and you get an extra 0.8 of a metre. Things we have to think about. Which then brings us on to the £299, so £100 less again, Preston Response. I was really impressed with this pole. It is only 8.5 metres. That is a small issue, but not one that can be overcome. The top kits are rated to 20 elastic, not 20 plus, but 20 elastic, and they all come pre-bushed. And again, you will get 2 top kits, one more than the MAP, but you're spending £200 less. It's all about the makeup and the carbons that are used. It'll also come with a bag. The MAP does feel a premium margin pole when you're holding it and when you're playing your fish. It does, it simply does. Matrix is a great all-rounder, and the Preston is just fun. So it's a bit like their dads in the flagship range. So if we just put them all up on here, so as you can see, with the MAP, you're getting one less top kit than the other two. And I don't think it's coming pre-bushed either from the research that I've done. Every single kit comes with a bag. You've got 10.2 metres, you've got 8.5 metres, and you've got 11 metres here with the Matrix. The MAP is rated to 20 plus elastic, the Preston is at 20, and the Matrix is at 18. So, depending on how you fish and depending on what you want, there's a great range there. If you can afford it, by all means, go for the MAP. Absolutely. It helps the fact that it's 20 plus elastic rated. It means that you've got no restrictions with the elastics that you can use, and it feels dead strong and dead stiff as well at distance. But if you just want to go into fishing, a bit like the Preston Edge Monster or the Matrix Torque Carp, the Preston Response is so much fun. Even the shape of the pole when you're fishing at distance is bending like a rod. It's a real great fun pole. So that sums up the 3 margin pole reviews. If you guys buy any of them, let me know in the comments below. If you can give the video a like, it'll be much appreciated. And please check out that First Time Fishing membership to get into the draws for the tackle each month. It's also going to help the channel grow and get us more tackle in to get reviewed. But if you can't do that and you can subscribe, I'm really, really grateful. The channel is growing, and welcome to the First Time Fishing family. Anyway, all there is time for me to say is thanks for joining me tonight. And if you're fishing this weekend, tie lines.